This plant was shut down because the lack of a reliable timber supply. And we're in the process of starting it back up again. And this machine you see behind me is a specially designed log lathe, specifically designed for this ugly, gnarly wood. This kind of wood is ideal for the house logs because if you got real knotty, wound up grain, they don't crack as much.
In the last 100 years, Douglas fir and juniper have moved into sagebrush steppe. In order to restore some of the sagebrush that we've lost, the only option is to fully remove the trees. So we need to have somewhere to go with them, but the challenge is this is not your big, clear, really nice looking wood. So in order to utilize this wood, we need to work with those who know how to do this. You know, folks that have been doing this for generations. So there's a tremendous amount of wisdom and knowledge with guys like Paul who've been around this their whole lives. And we need that. And we need to pass that on to the next generation. But what we're finding is if you make this wood available, they're able to use it for all kinds of creative things.
And of course, this wood is what we call junk wood. But I was interested because of how big a deal it is in my home, in my area. I didn't really realize that. I mean, it is encroaching upon sagebrush and grasslands that I would like to figure out the puzzle of how to use it for a revenue stream as well to provide more jobs. This wood is limby and crooked and it tapers, and on paper it does not make a fence, but I thought with the character of it, and you stack a big end to small end, and I just believe that it would turn out good. And it's game friendly. It's going to be high enough for pronghorn and low enough for elk to cross in several places. I love it. And there is a little bit of this wood that does make saw log material, and that went to a small mom and pop, second generation sawmill that's in Lima. It doesn't make lots of boards, but what's there is good, and he appreciates it.
But I've absolutely relied on these trees to get through the last couple of months, so this would be really handy if you make it work.
You got wood.
This niche wood supply, while it's not your traditional timber sale, that might be their lifeline for that season, keep them going to the next season. That might be the decision to bring that next employee on. We don't want to underestimate the value of these projects out in rural Montana. A lot of the conservation work we're doing in Southwest Montana, it's providing on-the-ground jobs for our local residents, for local contractors. Whether it's the guy driving the truck, loading the truck, or running the mill, running the saw in the woods, whether it's the person in the office, everyone's connected in that process.
And these jobs are important to Lima. I mean, we're really short on kids and families. We're losing our school. So this restoration project was only about 60 acres of harvest, but at least it's a good start.
They've got 1 million acres of encroachment wood. If we're going to remove this stuff that shouldn't be out there, we have to develop an industry to handle that wood, or it won't happen. But if there is a reliable supply, I think we as industry would be willing to see what we can do, see if the market's still there, and see if we can make something out of this stuff. It makes beautiful, beautiful houses. It really is really a fine product.
So at the Nature Conservancy and through the Sagebrush Partnership, it's not just about getting the work done on the ground. It's about the people. It's about connecting our people to the landscape, making conservation matter at scale to our communities and to individuals within those communities.